Hi, welcome back to the channel. Changing the oil on my truck today. The skid plate here to get to the oil takes 15 millimeter. I'm using a wrench here because, of course, I don't have the socket for a 15 millimeter. I had a 14 and a 16 though. Anyways, you only need to take off the 2 bolts in the rear of this plate. That's what I'm doing here. And then on the front of the plate, you just loosen those bolts up because the plate is open-ended. You can kind of slide them off of the bolts. It kind of helps with putting it back together too later. The oil drain plug is a 15 millimeter as well. To do the oil filter, my research, it said you have to take off the tire, but if you turn the wheels all the way to the right, you should have enough space to get in there and get everything you need. Get access to everything you need anyways. So while the oil was draining, I was turning the tires so I could get access to the mud flap thingy. This. So it has some fasteners on here that take a Phillips head. And you just remove the plastic fastener, and then once you get to this part, if you don't have one of these fancy tools, you can take 2 flatheads and pop out the fasteners with 2 flatheads like I'm doing here. You just wedge one side, wedge the other, and then pops right out. Also in my research, this plastic shield here said it was only these fasteners, but I have these bolts up here, which I'll put the size of that socket that I'm using on the screen here. So none of my research showed these bolts. They were all just plastic fasteners. And then you can just, once you have that last bolt out, you just peel this thing back and you have access to the oil filter, which is right there. Since it's in such an awkward position, I did buy this new socket. It was kind of cool. It grips the sides of that and allows me to use a wrench to get it off instead of my hands because it's just an awkward position. You could probably get it without it though, as long as they didn't over tighten it. Mine did seem like it was over tightened when it was put on. So I pretty much used this tool just to break it loose. You see here, just whoop, and pull it out. And it does have a little funnel right below that, which I didn't realize, and oil started dripping a little further back. You can see me pull the oil pan because it was missing. Now it's hitting it. You see how far away that is? Anyways, I installed the new one. I put a little bit of oil on the rim of the oil filter. Put this plastic back in place. Kind of hand tighten these bolts here right at first just to get them all in place. And then I tighten everything up. These fasteners, you can just pop in the base of it, and then the screws, you can just pop those in too. You only really need the screwdriver to get them out. They don't really tighten, they just expand the base of it so that it stays in. This is a 5 gallons synthetic 5W30. The truck actually calls for 6.2. So I did go and make a trip to the store to get another quart. And I needed to anyways, because I forgot to buy the air filter to replace here and the wiper blades on my first visit, so I didn't record those. Anyways, I probably won't have too much content of me working on my truck, but it was fun to film anyways. Normally what I do is artwork, play bass, ride motorcycles, or work on my motorcycle. If you like that kind of content, give me a subscribe so you can get notifications when I post that type of stuff. And if you like this video, give me a like. It's free. How about that? Thanks for watching.